And now suddenly Meghan is flooding the market, if you like, the marketplace with photographs of their children. And this goes absolutely against everything they wanted. And that, their cries for privacy, their cries for security, their cries for not wanting to let their children's lives be used on social media, but they're doing all, or at least Meghan. I'm not blaming her. I think Meghan is doing all these things in her anxiety to get publicity for herself, really, so that she can improve her money making powers. Everything that they do online is aimed at them being able to make more money. Otherwise, why on earth would they do it? Because remember, they've spoken about social media and how damaging it can be, especially for young kids, and how worried they are about it. And then the next thing you know is Meghan is posting, quite personal, very charming pictures.
Today, we're breaking down one of the most talked about contradictions in the royal world, and it centers around Meghan Markle and her ongoing strategy of sharing personal, intimate details about her life with Prince Harry. After stepping back from royal duties for the sake of privacy, Meghan is now using podcasts, interviews, and lifestyle branding to reveal parts of their relationship once kept behind closed doors. And that has critics and royal watchers asking, is this transparency or just plain hypocrisy? Let's get into what was said, what it means for Harry, and why this moment could reshape their public image. In recent content from her Archetypes podcast, brand launches, and media appearances, Meghan Markle has shared emotional stories and intimate details. This includes stories about life in Montecito, emotional challenges during pregnancy, insights into Harry's parenting style, a private conversations now turned public soundbites
of her husband and the children all over everywhere through her Instagram account. So it just doesn't make sense. I would love to know what Harry thought, but I suspect he might be a little uncomfortable because Harry isn't really a great self-promoter, unlike his wife, who is. I think Harry prefers, I think that's, in a way, that's why his royal persona suited him, because he could hide behind it. Then it didn't suit him anymore, obviously. But I think he would prefer to be a little more circumspect about who saw photographs of him and his family. So, but I can't imagine that Meghan would have done it without his knowledge. I can't imagine that would happen.
These moments were once fiercely guarded. Now they're front and center. Royal expert Angela Levin says Meghan has blurred the line between relatable content and emotional exploitation. Her words, "You can't demand privacy and then package your private life into media-ready stories." Let's talk about the contradiction at the heart of this backlash. Harry and Meghan's brand has always been built on a single foundation: their right to a private life. They left the royal family in 2020, citing tabloid pressure and toxic media intrusion. They gave that viral Oprah interview. Remember the one where they said they just wanted peace? And now, Meghan's latest moves, from Archetypes to As Ever, are being seen as a shift toward monetized storytelling. So, here's the question driving headlines. Are Harry and Meghan redefining privacy? Or are they just using it when convenient? Now, let's talk about Harry. According to royal author Tom Quinn, Harry is growing more reserved and possibly even uneasy about Meghan's storytelling approach. Remember, Harry wrote Spare, an incredibly raw memoir. But that was his voice, his perspective, his choice. What experts are pointing out is that when Meghan shares emotional or intimate moments involving Harry, he's often not there.
The Waleses are the future of the monarchy, the Waleses family, and they're very aware of that. And I think everything that they do is very carefully thought through, because they're deeply concerned about their children and how they bring them up. And I think that these gorgeous photographs, which look very informal, are actually quite staged in a very, very nice way.
She's telling stories for both of them. And that's led to speculation that Harry, while supportive publicly, may be privately questioning how much of their life should be used to build their brand. There's a bigger issue here, and it's about media strategy. Let's be honest, the Sussexes are no longer just royals. They're public figures with commercial platforms, Netflix, Spotify, book deals, and brand launches. That means they have to tell stories, connect emotionally, and build a loyal audience. But the risk is this. If your brand starts to contradict your message, people notice. Privacy used to mean distance. Now, it means selective exposure. And when the public feels like they're only getting the vulnerable side when it's profitable, trust starts to erode. Public reaction has been divided and intense. Some fans defend Meghan's right to tell her truth, her way. Others say she's carefully curating vulnerability to keep the spotlight and the brand alive.
But I mean, I think it's all thought through. We'll give the public a bit of our children because, they need to see the future of the monarchy. They need to see it, but we're not going to give them too much. So it has to be very carefully thought through in order to get that result.
Comments online range from, "She's allowed to speak on her experiences." This is exactly why people don't trust them. It feels fake and performative. Whether you agree or not, one thing's clear. The audience is no longer passive. And every piece of personal info shared is now part of a larger, commercial narrative. So now, let's turn the mic to you. Is Meghan being unfairly criticized for sharing her story? Or is this exactly the kind of media double standard she's built her brand around calling out? And most of all, should Harry be concerned that their private moments are becoming public content? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you think.